I hate to be the one to tell you this, but there is a downside to real estate investing. Now, that might surprise you, being that over 90% of my net worth is tied to real estate, and I'm actually a real estate fund manager with over 3,500 investment deals under my belt. So don't get me wrong, real estate can be incredibly rewarding, but it's essential to understand what you're really getting yourself into and the potential challenges you will face if you want to succeed. When it comes to investing in real estate, the way over 90% of people do it makes it an active investment. To earn returns, you and the people you hire need to execute really well. So I sat down with a doctor that ended up investing in one of my funds after he tried to go out on his own first. Here's what happened to him. He bought an apartment complex. The deal was absolutely phenomenal on paper. It was really exciting for him because he was finally going to build up the passive income and work towards his financial freedom. He'd been talking about it for years, but he hadn't done anything yet. And this one deal on paper was going to get him a third of the way there to his goals of being financially free. So after he bought the property, he hired a property manager that seemed to know what he was talking about. But because he had never invested before, it was really hard for him to know if the manager was the real deal or if he just knew a little bit more than he did and sounded like he knew what he talked about. Unfortunately for this doctor, the property manager proceeded to absolutely ruin the investment. Everything the manager did went wrong. He put in terrible tenants that didn't pay. He hired contractors that did work so poorly that everything had to be then redone and reworked, making the repair budget go through the roof. The doctor also had to come in after long days of hard work at his office and solve problems that his property manager created when he should have been part of the solution. And through all of this work and the stress of getting his deal back to a stable place, it ended up causing a lot of conflict in his marriage. So he loves the idea of passive income, but in this case, he tried to do it on his own, and investing in real estate gave him a second full-time job until that property got stabilized. Even though the deal was a home run on paper, poor execution caused him to lose money on the deal. He decided to finally invest into our real estate fund and let our real estate team do all the work for him. That way, if any problems came up, it ultimately didn't flow up to him and have to solve them. So what's the lesson here? Is that there's an active way to invest into real estate that feels like passive income, but it's really not. Investing in real estate on your own is starting a new business, and business startups can succeed and do really well, but many will flop and lose money. It's very rare for a startup to go perfectly as planned. And ultimately, when problems come up, if someone you hire doesn't work out, the investor is ultimately responsible to do all the work and solve the problems. So to be clear, depending on who you are and what your skill set is, active investing is a great option. I myself am an active investor, and we have a group of passive investors that my team does all the work for. When I graduated college, I didn't have a doctor's degree. I didn't own a small business. I didn't have a high-paying job that I loved. So I decided to get into real estate investing and create opportunities for myself and for others. So for me, active investing was absolutely the perfect fit and the strategy that I should have done. The good news is that passive investing is possible through real estate. You just have to do it in a way that's different than how most people start out. You just have to learn the skill set of what it is to be a passive investor. So I have some good news for you. I created a 100% free course called Passive Profits. It's a step-by-step guide to your first real estate fund investment. You can find this and other great resources by going to jimmanning.com. It will forward you to the many great free resources that the Passive Wealth Show has. So take a look at them.